Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to listen closely, not with your ears, but with your understanding, because what I'm about to tell you isn't just about defense. It's about power, presence, and precision. We live in a world where dominance is measured not just by diplomacy or economy, but by the fire that stands behind your words. And in this world, India is no longer just the sleeping giant. It's the one sharpening its claws. Let's talk facts. 10 weapons, 10 creations that send tremors through war rooms across the globe, 10 reasons why global superpowers can no longer afford to look away. First, Agni-V, a name that means fire, and it lives up to every letter. This intercontinental ballistic missile doesn't just travel thousands of kilometers. It carries a payload that can change the balance of power. With the push of a button, India can reach corners of the world that thought themselves untouchable. That missile isn't just a machine, it's a message. Second, INS Arihant, a submarine that doesn't speak, it disappears. Silent, strategic, submerged, a nuclear-powered platform that carries second strike capability. Because real power isn't about who hits first, it's about who still stands. And the Arihant guarantees India stands tall, even when the dust settles. Third, BrahMos, the fastest cruise missile on Earth. You don't see it, you feel it. By the time radar picks it up, it's already done its job. Born from precision, shaped by speed, this missile makes decision. Makers sweat in real time. One word, unstoppable. 4. Rafale, a storm with wings. It cuts through the sky like a whisper of warning. With India's modifications, it's not just another fighter jet. It's an aerial predator with a sharpened mind, advanced radar. Meteor missiles, dogfight dominance, it's not flying, it's hunting. 5th, T-90 Bhishma, a war tank that commands fear, the desert's king, the battlefield's shadow. Blending Russian steel with Indian resolve, it's the kind of machine that breaks enemy morale before the first shell even leaves the barrel. When Bhishma rolls in, resistance rolls out. 6. Tejas, a light combat aircraft designed at home, forged with the vision of independence. It's sleek, agile, and born to defend. India doesn't just rely on imports anymore. It creates its own protectors. Tejas is not just a jet, it's a declaration. 7. Thes 400 Triumph. Now, this is a shield from the skies, capable of neutralizing multiple aerial threats before they even reach their target. Missiles, aircraft, stealth or not, it sees them. It stops them. Air dominance doesn't start with attack, it starts with defense. And this system is a gatekeeper the world respects. 8th, Pinaka rocket system, named after the divine bow of Shiva. Think about that. A multi-barrel rocket launcher that rains down destruction with surgical coordination. Precision strikes, saturation attacks, deep-range barrages. Pinaka brings the thunder before the enemy even hears the storm. 9. Thin, AG missile system. A fire and, forget anti-tank weapon that leaves no room for second chances. Built to seek, built to destroy. Doesn't matter how much armor you're wearing. When NAG locks on, the countdown begins. It's like fate, unseen but inevitable. 10th DRDO, hypersonic technology demonstrator vehicle. That's not just a mouthful. It's a prophecy. Hypersonic speed, Mach 6 in climbing. You blink, it's gone. You hesitate. It's too late. When this technology matures, the global race for supremacy won't just shift, it'll detonate. Now let me tell you something. These weapons, these instruments of power, they are not just meant for destruction. No, they are instruments of deterrence. They are symbols of sovereignty. And they are declarations that India is not to be pushed, played, or patronized. This isn't a new world order. It's a new world warning. You do not intimidate a nation that builds its own steel, that trains its warriors with purpose, that forges missiles and mines alike. When a country blends ancient discipline with modern technology, you don't confront it, you respect it. So the next time someone questions whether India belongs at the table of powers, You look at these 10 weapons, and you remember, fear is not earned by shouting, it's earned by showing, and India is showing the world exactly what it's made of. Agni-V represents a significant milestone in India's strategic defense capabilities, and sends a resounding message to both allies and adversaries alike. As an intercontinental ballistic missile developed by the Defense Research and Development Organization DRDO, it has the power to reshape how the world views India's nuclear deterrent. Capable of reaching targets over 5,000 kilometers away, Agni-V places almost all major global superpower capitals within its striking range, making it a formidable addition to India's nuclear triad. Its development was not just a demonstration of engineering prowess, but a clear statement of sovereign strength. It is solid-fueled, road, mobile, and can be launched from a canister on a transporter erector launcher, making it highly survivable and difficult to track or neutralize in a preemptive strike. This mobility allows it to be moved across vast stretches of terrain, hidden from satellite surveillance, and deployed when needed, making it a credible and operational deterrent rather than a symbolic one. The ability to launch from various concealed locations across the subcontinent adds a complex layer of strategic ambiguity that forces any potential adversary to think twice before considering escalation. Agni-V's precision is complemented by its ability to carry multiple independently targetable reentry vehicles MIRVs in future configurations. That means a single missile could potentially hit multiple targets, each with devastating impact, further increasing its value in strategic warfare. The MIRV technology is not only about raw power, it's about intelligent and flexible deployment. It gives India the capability to overwhelm enemy missile defenses, penetrate secure zones, and deliver calibrated responses in a conflict scenario. From a geopolitical standpoint, this has far-reaching consequences. It changes diplomatic equations, introduces a new variable into regional deterrence calculations, and gives India a place at the table with countries long recognized for their missile capability. Agni-V has not been designed to intimidate smaller nations, but to ensure parity and credibility against other major powers, particularly in an increasingly multipolar world order. The missile's canister launch system marks a significant technological advancement for India. Encased in a hermetically sealed container, Agni-V is preserved from environmental damage and remains ready to launch at a moment's notice. The cold launch technique, where the missile is ejected using gas before ignition, ensures greater safety and efficiency. This also allows the missile to be launched from a wide variety of locations, even from inaccessible terrains or mobile platforms. The operational readiness achieved by this format reduces the traditional lag time between detection and response. It also means that India does not require an extensive fixed launch infrastructure, making the system leaner, more agile, and harder to target in wartime scenarios. Strategically, Agni-V strengthens India's no-first-use NFU doctrine. Unlike aggressive posturing, it enhances confidence in India's commitment to maintaining peace through strength. When adversaries know that a nation possesses the ability to retaliate with devastating precision and speed, the probability of miscalculation diminishes. The missile thus serves as a stabilizing force in an otherwise volatile neighborhood. With growing concerns over regional tensions, cross-border conflicts, and evolving power struggles in Asia and beyond, India's credible minimum deterrence doctrine gains significant muscle with the deployment of Agni-V. It provides the assurance of a decisive second strike capability without pushing the country into an arms race or aggressive first strike posture. It is the quiet force behind India's strategic patience. Agni-V V is not just a military asset, it is a product of national will and scientific excellence. Developed indigenously, it symbolizes the evolution of Indian defense manufacturing from dependency to self-reliance. This missile program brings together the nation's best minds in aerospace, metallurgy, electronics, and control systems. The guidance and navigation technologies integrated into Agni-V are state-of-the-art, ensuring not only range but pinpoint accuracy. Flight tests have demonstrated its stability, control, and terminal guidance with impressive results, adding to its reliability as a strategic weapon. With each successful test, the system has gained credibility and performance validation, reinforcing its operational status. There is also a psychological dimension to Agni-V that goes beyond its mechanical parts and explosive payload. It represents a shift in mindset. A country that once advocated nuclear disarmament now has the capacity to stand its ground with a credible deterrent. It is a lesson in adaptation, in recognizing that peace is preserved not by rhetoric alone, but by the quiet strength of preparedness. While some nations may attempt to underplay its significance or question its necessity, the strategic environment speaks for itself. India is surrounded by two nuclear-armed neighbors with histories of conflict and confrontation. To believe that deterrence isn't necessary in such a context is to invite misfortune. Agni-V brings balance to an uneven equation, allowing diplomacy to operate from a place of strength rather than vulnerability. In a world increasingly shaped by asymmetric threats, evolving alliances, and great power rivalries, Agni-V stands as both shield and signal. Its presence in India's arsenal changes the way war games are played and how scenarios are simulated in foreign war rooms. It is a variable that cannot be ignored, a capability that demands recalibration from adversaries and recognition from allies. Its development was not rushed. It was methodical, calculated, and layered with the understanding that true power lies in restraint, backed by readiness. INS Arihant marks the dawn of a new era in India's defense strategy, serving as the cornerstone of its nuclear triad and reflecting the country's evolution into a maritime power capable of executing second-strike capabilities with precision and stealth. Designed as a nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarine, INS Arihant was developed under the Advanced Technology Vessel ATV project, a highly classified initiative that symbolized India's transition from a land-based and air-based nuclear deterrent posture to one that encompasses the deep ocean, the ultimate domain of strategic ambiguity and survivability. Unlike surface-based missile systems that can be tracked, targeted, or preempted, a nuclear submarine like Arihant hides beneath the waves, unseen, undetected, yet always prepared. It is a vessel built not just with steel and uranium, but with silence and uncertainty, elements that give it its most potent weapon. Invisibility with a submerged displacement of over 6,000 tons and equipped with a pressurized water reactor fueled by enriched uranium, Arihant has the capability to remain submerged for prolonged periods, evading radar, sonar, and other detection technologies. The true strength of Arihant lies not in its physical dimensions, but in its ability to operate as a silent guardian, patrolling India's vast maritime boundaries and beyond, always on alert, always ready. It can carry up to 4 K4 submarine, launched ballistic missiles, or 12 shorter, range K-15 missiles, depending on the configuration. These missiles, launched from beneath the surface, arc through the skies to their distant targets, ensuring that even if the surface and air legs of India's deterrent are compromised, Arihant remains the invisible insurance policy against nuclear blackmail or aggression strategically. The value of Arihant cannot be overstated. In a region that is home to two of the world's most contentious nuclear flashpoints, South Asia demands a credible deterrent that can survive a first strike and deliver a calculated, devastating response. Arihant fills this void with quiet confidence. It operates as part of the Strategic Forces Command, offering a sea-based retaliatory platform that is free from the vulnerabilities of land-based missile silos or stationary launch sites. In nuclear doctrine, survivability is the foundation of deterrence. A system that cannot survive an initial strike cannot credibly promise a second one. Arihant breaks this vulnerability with its ability to disappear into the vastness of the ocean, moving undetected across thousands of kilometers, unreachable and untraceable. The very presence of a vessel like INS Arihant shifts strategic calculation. Any adversary contemplating aggression must now factor in an unpredictable, mobile, and stealthy second strike capability. That uncertainty is the power of Arihant. It forces restraint. It demands caution. It introduces a level of unpredictability into enemy planning that renders aggressive scenarios too risky, too costly, too uncertain to execute. In an age where information dominance often dictates outcomes, a platform that can exist without being seen is invaluable. Arihant's presence is not declared, it is inferred. It does not broadcast power, it suggests it. That suggestion alone changes the balance from a technological perspective. INS Arihant showcases India's growing competence in naval architecture, nuclear propulsion, underwater navigation, and integrated missile system. This submarine is not a product of foreign design or imported kits, but the result of years of indigenous innovation, secrecy, and persistence. Dozens of Indian agencies, shipyards, and defense scientists collaborated on its creation, making it one of the most ambitious and complex projects in the country's defense history. It involved overcoming immense technological barriers, from designing a compact nuclear reactor to ensuring underwater missile ejection systems function flawlessly under pressure and silence. Each challenge mastered adds to India's sovereign capability to sustain and replicate such platforms in the future. The development of Arihant also sends a strong signal of independence and self-reliance. In a domain traditionally dominated by a few nations with decades of undersea warfare experience, India's entry with an operational SSBN speaks volumes. It reflects not only a desire to match strategic capabilities, but a readiness to defend national interests from a position of equal footing. Arihant is not a relic or a replica. It is an original, tailored to India's specific geographic, strategic, and doctrinal needs. Its integration into active naval duty also ensures that India's sea deterrent is not a theoretical construct, but a living, breathing asset. Ready for deployment at a moment's notice, the psychological impact of Arihant's existence plays a powerful role in shaping perceptions of India's military maturity. No longer is the country seen as a passive regional actor. It is now a strategic participant in global deterrence. Arihant allows for a calm, poised readiness, an assurance to allies, a warning to adversaries. It complements the land-based Agni systems and the air-delivered nuclear assets, creating a complete deterrent ecosystem. Its strength lies not in showcasing aggression, but in the stability it promises. A nation that possesses Arihant demonstrates that it understands both the fragility and the necessity of peace within the evolving strategic context of the Indo-Pacific region. Arihant also enhances India's blue water capability. It enables longer, unbroken patrols, power projection, and the ability to monitor vital sea lanes in times of tension. It fits into a larger framework of maritime dominance where undersea warfare is a critical component. As India invests in future SSBNs like INS Arihant and beyond, the country is laying the foundation for a fleet of deterrent vessels, each reinforcing the other's mission, reducing the risk of detection and ensuring continuous at-sea deterrence. Arihant is thus not a standalone asset but a pioneer of a new underwater legacy. It also brings with it a transformation in crew training, command, control protocols, and strategic readiness. Operating a nuclear-powered submarine is not merely about machinery. It is about human precision, discipline, and a relentless pursuit of operational excellence. Every sailor aboard Arihant represents the culmination of years of rigorous training in nuclear safety, strategic navigation, and underwater warfare. Their quiet professionalism ensures that the vessel's silence is not emptiness, it is intent. It is vigilance. It is deterrence with depth. The BrahMos missile stands as one of the most formidable tactical weapons in India's arsenal and represents a joint venture between India's DRDO and Russia's NPO Mashinostroyenia. It is not just a missile. It is a statement of technological excellence, speed, and surgical precision. Operating as the world's fastest supersonic cruise missile, the BrahMos can travel at speeds of Mach 2, 8 to 3, 0, nearly 3 times the speed of sound, making it almost impossible to intercept once launched. The very name BrahMos, derived from the rivers Brahmaputra and Moskva, symbolizes the deep strategic collaboration and the synergy of two great scientific traditions coming together to create a weapon of unmatched potency. What sets BrahMos apart is not just its speed, but the combination of velocity, accuracy, low radar signature, and versatility, all built into one compact and lethal package. BrahMos has a range of around 450 kilometers in its current form, with upgraded versions expected to extend even further. The missile is capable of being launched from land, air, sea, and even submerged platforms, offering unparalleled flexibility in deployment. Whether launched from a mobile land-based launcher or from the deck of a destroyer slicing through the seas, BrahMos maintains its trajectory with ruthless efficiency and unerring accuracy. It uses a 2-stage propulsion system, the first being a solid fuel booster that accelerates the missile during the initial phase, and the second a liquid-fueled ramjet that takes over for sustained high-speed cruise. This propulsion allows BrahMos to fly at low altitudes, skimming the terrain to avoid radar detection while preserving enough kinetic energy to destroy hardened targets. The guidance system on the BrahMos is another masterpiece of engineering. Equipped with an advanced inertial navigation system and augmented by satellite guidance, the missile can adjust its path mid-flight to ensure it hits the target with pinpoint precision. The terminal phase of its flight is particularly deadly, as the missile descends at a steep angle and performs evasive maneuvers, making interception by conventional air defense systems exceedingly difficult. The kill probability of BrahMos in a single strike scenario approaches near certainty, which is why it has earned such a fearsome reputation among strategic analysts and military planners around the world. Its land attack capabilities are tailored for precision strikes on enemy command centers, airfields, bunkers, radar installations, and other high-value targets. The air-launched variant, tested from platforms like the Sukhoi Su-30 MKI, brings an entirely new dimension to its utility, giving the Indian Air Force a strategic strike capability from the sky. The aircraft can launch the missile from stand-off ranges, keeping pilots and assets far from enemy air defense systems, while allowing them to neutralize critical threats. The sea-based variant is already operational on several Indian Navy ships, including Rajput-class and Visakhapatnam-class destroyers, transforming them into mobile strike platforms capable of delivering overwhelming firepower at short notice. The versatility of BrahMos does not end at its platform. Its modular design allows for rapid adaptation to various mission profiles and target types. The warhead options can vary from conventional high explosive to penetration warheads capable of breaching reinforced structure. The missile's compact design also means that launchers can be deployed quickly and moved easily, giving Indian forces the agility required for rapid response operations. The system's deployment across multiple terrains, from the deserts of Rajasthan to the high-altitude regions of Ladakh, proves its resilience and adaptability in extreme weather and geographic conditions. This multi-domain operability significantly complicates any adversary's attempt to neutralize Indian firepower preemptively from a strategic viewpoint. BrahMos represents both deterrence and readiness. Its speed alone means that decision makers on the receiving end have mere seconds to react, reducing the window for countermeasures and compelling adversaries to think twice before initiating hostilities. The psychological effect of having such a weapon in theater cannot be understated. Commanders are forced to factor in the possibility of rapid, devastating retaliation in any strategic calculus. It creates a zone of uncertainty and enhances the deterrence posture of Indian armed forces without relying on nuclear escalation. BrahMos acts as the ultimate tactical equalizer in conventional scenarios where precision and timing make the difference between mission success and failure. India's development of the BrahMos next generation, or BrahMos NG, further underlines the continued evolution of this platform. This variant is expected to be smaller, lighter, and even faster, designed to be carried by a wider range of aircraft and potentially equipped with stealth features. The development roadmap also includes hypersonic versions, which would travel at speeds exceeding Mach 5, pushing the boundaries of current defense systems worldwide. These advancements are not only enhancing battlefield capabilities, but also solidifying India's reputation as a leading innovator in missile technology. BrahMos is also gaining traction as an export product. Countries across Southeast Asia, the Middle East, and even South America have expressed interest in acquiring the missile, and India has already signed its first export deal with the Philippines. This marks a shift in global defense equations, where India is no longer just a buyer of advanced weapons, but a credible supplier. The export of BrahMos not only enhances regional partnerships, but also strengthens India's geopolitical leverage by building defense dependencies and deepening strategic ties beyond its military and diplomatic impact. The BrahMos missile is a symbol of what indigenous defense capability can achieve when backed by vision, investment, and collaboration. It is a living, flying testament to a nation's resolve to secure its sovereignty not through dependence, but through innovation, skill, and self-reliance. The Rafale fighter jet brings a game-changing dimension to India's air combat capabilities, combining speed, agility, advanced avionics, and multi-role performance in a single, highly lethal platform. Developed by Dassault Aviation and inducted into the Indian Air Force with much anticipation, the Rafale is not merely an addition to the fleet. It is a leap forward in strategic deterrence, air dominance, and precision warfare. What sets the Rafale apart is its omni-role functionality, allowing it to perform air superiority, ground attack, reconnaissance, and nuclear strike missions within the same sortie. This multifunctional ability reduces the need for separate aircraft for each task and makes the Rafale an unmatched force multiplier in a conflict theater. The aircraft is powered by two Snecma M88 engines, allowing it to reach speeds of Mach 1.8 while maintaining high maneuverability and thrust-to-weight ratio. It features a delta wing design combined with canard foreplanes, which provides superior lift and control, especially during high-speed, low-altitude flights or evasive maneuvers. This aerodynamic design ensures it remains highly responsive in dogfights, while its advanced fly-by-wire system allows the pilot to execute complex aerial maneuvers with precision. The Rafale's adaptability to varying terrains, climates, and altitudes gives the Indian Air Force an aircraft capable of operating from the icy heights of Ladakh to the coastal bases along the Indian Ocean with equal ease. One of the defining strengths of the Rafale lies in its sensor suite and electronic warfare capabilities. The aircraft is equipped with the Thales RB-2A active electronically scanned array ESA radar, which provides long-range target detection and simultaneous tracking of multiple air and ground targets. The radar's ability to resist jamming and maintain target lock, even under hostile electronic interference, ensures that the Rafale pilot retains situational awareness and tactical superiority in contested environments. Complementing the radar is the Spectra electronic warfare system, which includes radar warning receivers, missile approach warning systems, jammers, and decoys. This integrated defense mechanism allows the aircraft to detect and avoid incoming threats, enhancing survivability in high-threat zones. The Rafale's weapons package is another arena where it asserts its dominance. It can be armed with the Meteor Beyond visual range air-to-air missile, one of the most advanced in its class, boasting a range of over 150 kilometers and a no-escape zone far superior to legacy missiles. The combination of the aircraft's radar and the Meteor missile provides first-shot, first-kill capability at unprecedented distances. For ground attack roles, the Rafale can deploy the Scalp Cruise missile, capable of striking targets over 500 kilometers away with surgical precision. Additionally, the Mica missile serves both as a short and medium-range weapon for air-to-air combat, ensuring the Rafale is ready for any aerial engagement scenario. Its 30 mm internal cannon and ability to carry precision-guided bombs round out a weapons suite that covers every spectrum of air combat and ground strike operations. It is designed for ease of operation and maximum situational awareness. The glass cockpit features a wide-angle holographic head-up display, touch-sensitive screens and hands-on throttle and stick HOTAS controls that reduce pilot workload and allow full focus on combat dynamics. This interface, combined with the aircraft's digital data link and network-centric warfare capabilities, allows it to operate seamlessly with other air and ground units in a coordinated battlefield environment. The Rafale can also refuel mid-air, further extending its operational range and mission endurance, allowing it to strike deeper and loiter longer when necessary. Rafale's nuclear strike capability forms a critical leg of India's nuclear triad. It has been configured to carry nuclear gravity bombs and is expected to integrate with air-launched nuclear-capable cruise missiles in the future. This adds a layer of strategic flexibility and credible deterrence, particularly in scenarios where land or sea-based assets may be compromised or limited. Its speed, stealth, and defensive capabilities make it an ideal platform to deliver a nuclear response in high-threat environments, ensuring India's second-strike capabilities are not bound by geography or infrastructure vulnerabilities beyond combat performance. The Rafale also enhances India's strategic posture through its symbolic and diplomatic value. Its acquisition reflects India's intent to maintain air superiority in a region where the balance of power is continually shifting. With neighboring air forces modernizing their fleets rapidly, the induction of Rafale sends a clear signal that India will not only match but exceed regional benchmarks in quality and capability. The aircraft's integration into the Indian Air Force has also stimulated joint training, tactical innovation, and defense industrial collaboration, strengthening India's ecosystem of air warfare capability. The Rafale's operational debut in India has already had a deterrent effect, influencing the calculations of adversaries along contested borders. Its deployment during periods of heightened tension showcased how quickly and decisively India can project power using the platform. The aircraft's presence itself becomes a deterrent, offering both rapid strike potential and air cover for ground operations. As more squadrons are inducted, the cumulative strength of the Rafale fleet will reshape India's aerial doctrines and give policymakers and military commanders a decisive advantage in both peacetime posturing and wartime execution. Its acquisition has also catalyzed upgrades and interoperability across the Air Force's existing platforms. Lessons learned from Rafale operations are being incorporated into legacy aircraft and ground systems, creating a ripple effect of modernization and integration. This cascading effect lifts the overall combat readiness of the Air Force and enables a more synchronized, technologically advanced air defense structure. The aircraft's compatibility with satellite-based communication and surveillance systems allows it to serve not only as a strike platform, but as a command and control node in a larger battle network, orchestrating real-time data and intelligence across domains. Thank you.